There's a gold chicken.
Yeah, so I'm gonna leave the recipe for gold nuggets in there since he makes nuggets. And then we can just convert the nuggets directly into bars. And then instead of it needing bars, it can just use those gold nuggets and you don't have to wait for smelting.
Well, if we're going through so many gold, then why don't I make more chickens?
Well, no, there's millions of nuggets. We just didn't have a recipe to turn the nuggets into gold. The system didn't know how to do it. I just made that recipe. So now it has 7.2 million gold nuggets to use to make bars.
Gotcha.
Now we don't have to depend on smelting.
Let's see. Red.
That was what I was talking about when you chain recipes together. If you're missing something and there's a recipe to make it, then you can do that. And so now it's like, oh, we're out of gold bars, but oh, look, we have gold nuggets. So it'll just make the gold first.
Oh no. Everything's gonna crash in 15 minutes.
So, but now when you try to do it, it should make the thing using nuggets instead.
Oh, that's what I wanted to make. Hold on.
Want to turn the lag off.
Huh?
Every time it says that the server's going to be doing something in 15 minutes, I start to lag. Like, there's a blaze in this right now, and it's not taking damage, and my inventory keeps opening and closing randomly.
Where are you at, you bastard?
I'm over by the smeltery.
Not you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I just got disconnected again. This server's been having a lot of troubles lately, and I don't know why.
Was that a restart or was that a crash?
It's a socket exception, which means it's just kicked. Not really a reason. The server restart's not supposed to happen yet.
That's why I was wondering. I'm like, it's not 12 o'clock yet.
Nope, still says somebody's connected.
Right. So let's see.
CubeJS errors found 11. Run CubeJS errors from your info.
Same on my end.
Well, it's funny because a few days ago it was at 5. Now it's up to 11. You know?
Oh, I got disconnected again.
Awesome. Glad everything's working out the way it's supposed to.
Balanced as everything should be.
Oh, I'm teleported back to that.
Come on.
Oh, and disconnected again.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
No shit, right? My assumption is that whenever it says there's 15 minutes, it starts doing its saves, and that puts a load on the server.
Oh, that's funny. That ain't nobody got time for that. Just popped up on my end. Didn't you play that forever ago?
I mean, a couple seconds ago.
Oh, okay.
See, this shit happened to me last night too. When we first started playing, it wasn't this serious.
It's going to keep happening.
You know what else is going to keep happening?
Crashes.
Me getting teleported back to the smeltery.
I'll be right back, guys.
Oh, back to the smeltery I go. I don't even know which way I'm trying to go anymore. Grimmett left the game. I'm teleporting all over the place. Oh, and there's my disconnect. But yeah, about 15 minutes before the server restart, I basically just like assed out. Which sucks because I get into the game and then I can't do stuff, you know? I was thinking about buying a server. Not renting one, but like actually buying my own server, putting it in my office. My friend runs the servers usually. The problem is he doesn't want other people on it other than me. And that doesn't make for a very good, you know, experience. I can't play with other people. You know, it's cool when we get to play together. You said you have one?
Yeah, I have a spare computer just sitting idle in my living room right now.
But I was thinking about getting, what the hell is it called? Ubiquity Gateway? If you, look at Ubiquity, they got, I don't want that.
I thought they only did networking, not like servers.
Well, no. So you can get like a small rack mount, Dream Machine, and then
Wow.
since I got a rack, I can put a 1U server in there as well. You know, but I was thinking about getting like the Dream Machine, Pro or SE. It honestly, I keep putting it off. I spend more on freaking bullshit. You know what I mean? Like that's
Pixels?
$2,200 on Chris's stream. You know, and I'm like, I don't know. This is a lot of money. The difference is the money I donate to Chris's stream doesn't go to my house. This would get shipped to me. And it's awkward because I bought like a $500 dash cam and I haven't installed it yet. It's sitting on my end table in the bedroom, and I know my wife sees that every day.
No, the best part is you should take it and just put it on the dash. It's on the dash.
Just set it on the
But
dash.
it's on the dash.
It's actually a really nice fucking dash camera. You know?
Yeah, when I get my motorcycle, I need to get like a GoPro or something and just strap it to my helmet. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna crash. Here's the
Duct
camera.
tape. Just duct tape. No, I got the Blackview.
Your chat wasn't loading for me correctly because I'm guessing someone's talking.
Who, me?
In your chat,
Which chat?
Twitch.
No, I'm talking to you.
Oh.
Anyway,
Sometimes from birth.
I got the Blackview dash cam. I originally bought it, okay, and they delivered it and put it on the porch that wasn't covered when we had a like a carport that they always put all my packages under. You know, but for whatever reason they decided we're going to put this $560 camera on the porch, you know, in the rain during a tornado warning. Anyway, I got it and the box was soaked. The camera was fine, but there was a piece missing that they had like taped to it, and it was like sold as a pair do not separate. And I guess during shipping, the box got knocked around or something, and it opened the end of the thing. I mean, it wasn't but like an inch thick, and all it was like a power monitor to make sure you didn't, run your battery completely dead.
Yeah.
And it was missing. So I called Amazon and I'm like, yeah, this piece is missing. Da 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 da. They left it out in the rain. I was just kind of shooting shit with her, and she's like, all right, let me see what we can do. And she comes back on the phone and she was like, okay, well, we're gonna replace it. And I was like, cool. So just the power monitor thing, right? Do I need to send like the empty box back or? And she was like, no, we're gonna replace the whole set. And I'm like, but the camera's fine. And she was like, yeah, I know, but since there was liquid involved, they're just going to replace the whole thing. So now I have two dash cameras. And it's fucked up because they sent me, first time was the wrong one. It was the more expensive one than the one I actually ordered. And then when they replaced it, they sent me the correct one, which was nice. Because the first one they sent me had like all this cloud connectivity bullshit if you have like a SIM chip or a wireless hotspot in your vehicle, which I do not.
Yeah.
I'm not that fancy. I got a 2014 pick 'em up truck. But anyway, these things are really nice. I got the 900X and the 900S. The X was the one they sent me on accident. It's 4K cloud single and dual channel. Like it has a front camera and a back camera in 4K. And then the one I got is a front camera 4K and the rear camera is like 720 or something. It's just like, yeah, they rear-ended me or whatever kind of deal. We lost Master. Master's not in voice. Did he say he had to go?
No.
Maybe he lost the internet.
Which kind of sucks because that means I'm definitely gonna have to go up there and get that turtle back.
Well, how was he gonna get it for you?
I was going to try getting logged in real quick and grabbing it before restart.
Oh, how do you pick it up?
You just have to pickaxe it up.
I keep walking that way, and I'll get a little ways, and I'll teleport back to where I logged in at. Do I go down this hallway more? Because that doesn't look like the entrance.
No, it's back there.
How in the fuck?
No. Back behind the red oven. There's a staircase going up.
Is there? Son of a
Yeah.
bitch.
To the right.
Too late. Just teleporting back to the fucking smeltery. Son of a
Don't worry about
bitch.
it. I just have to run up there and grab it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just gonna disconnect me again. Long swords, old message. You didn't know what?
I didn't know Ubiquity actually made servers. I thought they just made like a
Well,
rack-mounted.
it's not a server though.
Huh.
So I guess they have something that tells you about them, what they are specifically. But basically, it's like an in-home router, but it's kind of like commercial product level.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to host a server off of that though.
No, but I would have a server rack, which I could then put a server on. That's what I mean. Like I can get this, and it comes with a 1U, or I could buy it with a 1U rack, and then I could put something else in the rack because it's not going to take up the whole rack.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 6-slot rack from the picture, and this is only going to take up one of those slots. So I have room for 5 other things like a UPS and PoE switch and whatever. Anyway,
Servers are expensive.
Eh, You can buy used ones for a
Yeah.
reasonable price. They're probably more expensive to run than anything. Like
I mean, I just looked on Newegg. They're not that bad, actually.
yeah, they're really not. And the luxury of having your own is you can expand the memory or processor upgrades or whatever you need. Whereas when you're renting one, they're like, that'll be $50 per 10 kilobytes of space, and then you got to pay us monthly. And you know, if you're gonna be renting one a lot, or he rents one a lot, you know, it might be worth it to just have it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then that's dependent on his internet connection, and he has to have it on. So now he's paying the power bill, and you know, if it goes down, and he's personally responsible for maintenance, and you know, so with him working on the boats, you know, maybe he's not available. Which, I guess you might not be familiar with Ori. Ori's in the Navy, and he's like fucking nuclear tech for
Nice.
subs or some shit. I don't know.
He's a seaman.
Yes, he is seaman. But he's cool people. He likes to convince me to do stuff that I don't want to do.
But yeah, I do. I have my spare computer. Like after I rebuilt this one, I say rebuilt, but it was more. I went and bought parts and built a whole nother PC.
Yeah, this one I built it in 2019. Was it 2019? Yeah, about 2019. And it's got like an i9 9900, 64 gigs of RAM, but it's only like 2333. It does have a 3080 in it, but I've gone from, you know, this is like my third video card. Yeah, because I had a 2070 when I built the system, and then I purchased a 3080, but it was like lower memory than the one I ended up with. And I was looking at the page, and the price on it had gone down since I bought it, and I wanted them to, you know, give me the difference because it was like the day after I bought it. And they were like, no, we can't do that, you know, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm within my, like, return period, so I'll just return it. And they were like, well, we can't stop you from doing that. You know? Well, I ended up giving it to Chris, basically. And, bought the other one that was cheaper than the first one I got. You know, but had more memory in it. I think his is the 10G and mine's the 12 gig.
Went to talk and I was remoted into my other computer to fix things real quick. So push to talk wasn't working.
I think the server's actually restarted now.
Yeah, it should be. I have a Minecraft server running on the other one that's been running for almost 2 weeks now without anyone on it.
I used to run a Minecraft server like way back. Like again, I know I might have mentioned this, but I haven't played Minecraft before this since like fucking horses were introduced to the game. So I'm way out of fucking sorts with all the new stuff. And then of course we're also on mod packs. You know, I've like watched a couple of videos of people like flying around on fucking elytras, and I've heard about, oh, they got the Skyblock now. I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's basically what we're playing, but you start out on an island, like a little, I think it's like 3x3 or 5x5 island.
Oh, well, that's not very fucking big now, is it? How do you get stuff if you're on like a 3x3? You gotta swim, or?
Basically the same way we start on this one. You start compressing and hammering things. And no, if you go off the island, you're dead. You fall off the edge.
Nice. That's fun. How do you get the monsters?
You make a mob farm. Like it's normal mob spawn, mob farm kind of thing.
Okay, that sounds cancer. I probably wouldn't like that one very much, but I guess I would know unless I tried it.
Yeah, 3060s are actually fairly cheap now.
Hell yeah, they are. Everything's kind of cheap now compared to when I bought my card.
I bought my 3060 when it was still $800. That was last year's tax return.
Let's see, what do we got? I'm just sad that like EVGA is not doing video cards anymore
Yeah.
because that's like the only video card I ever bought. Not ever, but like I've had MSI stuff and other shit, and I just didn't care for it, and I've never had any issues out of EVGA, and I've always liked their performance and stuff, and now it's like, wow, if
That's
4090s
one.
are like $1,300 fucking dollars and shit. It's like I'm looking at 30 or 4080s, okay? And I get this random sponsored thing and it's like Dell Optiplex 3080 micro desktop. What? That seems like product placement. They were like when the 3080s were out, they were like, "Hey, what if we named our system the Optiplex 3080? That way when people search for 3080, our piece of shit would pop up."
Yeah.
I mean, it does have 64 gigabytes of RAM and an i9-10900 processor with turbo boost 5.2 gigahertz. Oh, did we mention it has 64 gigs of RAM? I like how they put that twice. With a 10 terabyte SSD. Might have maybe not mentioned that twice. SSD at 10 terabytes? Who the fuck? See, they got me clicking on it.
Yeah, I was actually just looking at Newegg. Team Group has a 4 terabyte M.2.
Oh, it's a solid state hard drive. But is it M.2 type hard drive? Or is it just like a big ass fucking block? It does not have an optical drive and does not have... See, I don't understand the 10 terabyte solid state shit.
A bunch of just chips on a PCB.
Whatever. Anyway, you can get like a Dell PowerEdge 610 for $300 pre-owned.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Oh shit, I'm being raided.
Oh no. Server's back capacity.
Awesome. How's it going, everyone? welcome to this insanity that is Minecraft. Pull up! I don't know if I can, man. We're going for the ground. Let's go! How was your stream, Chris? Yeah, my star... yeah, my Star Citizen does look weird. Did anybody pick up the CCU today, or since it's come out? Like you can talk. Well, he's doing that because I gave him shit. I popped in his stream and said his ship looked weird. What kind of ship is that? You know?
Weird ass looking broom.
All right, let's see if it's gonna keep teleporting me back to the damn smeltery. So far, so good. I fucked up and melted mine to rebuy, but I forgot it was the war bond. Oh man. No, damn well you booted it back up before the stream ended. Look. I was trying to tell people about CCU game, and they now have a war bond tracker, so it tells you. See, I got disconnected again. I think. Yep.
It's okay, my game crashed.
Yeah, I got disconnected again. So it tells you now in the war bond tracker. It'll tell you the war bond price, what it's normally at, and how much you save, and then it'll tell you the cheapest source. So like going from a Super Hornet, a regular Super Hornet, is $5, and it'll say if there's a flight ready source, like what you start as to go, and it's the Super Hornet, and then it also tells you the unlimited source, a ship that's always available in the store. So if you're not patient, you can buy a CCU from a prospector for $30 to the Wildfire, or I'm sorry, the Heat Seeker, and you'll be able to use that anytime as long as you get a CCU to a prospector from whatever you currently have.
I think I actually just bought a Heat Seeker today.
You bought one outright for 185?
Yeah, because I had store credit.
I wouldn't. Or if you had store credit and bought it, then you would have paid 195.
Yeah, it's the Heat Seeker.
Yeah. But I
But
try
I
to
didn't want to.
I try to tell people about my CCU game being strong.
I got my cutter back, so I had my game package, and I'm like, I still need a ship to fly around in. Heat Seeker.
Like,
Or Heart Seeker.
of the CCU chains I have saved right now, I've already got a savings of $1,495 if I filled out all of these. And some of them are like my Polaris, the MSRP on that's normally $750. And I have pieces of it missing, and I got a bunch of it in my hangar, but I've already saved $240. You know, so whenever I do complete this chain, it's only going to cost me $240. And the joy of that is I can do it with what store credit I have. You know, so if I filled in every piece of this, I could do it with store credit. I mean, you can look, CCUs, these are all my CCUs. Like, I have stuff that goes to ships that I expect to go up in price, like a Valkyrie to Reclaimer. Or, let's see, Hurricane to Vulcan. Vulcan's concept ship right now. Right? And since there was a CCU for a Hurricane, now I can go directly from one of those Hurricanes to a Vulcan. If I wanted to. But if the Vulcan goes up in price, that means the MSRP goes up in price, which means I can go from the higher price Vulcan to something else and be closer to, you know, closing that gap. Some of these ships, like if you'd have bought a Banu Merchantman back when it was $300 and just been sitting on a CCU the whole time, you'd be able to go, you know, from a ship that costed $300 to, you know, something that costed $650 right now. Because that's how much it's worth. That'd be like a $300 savings, which is kind of wild.
You might have to restart the client, by the way.
Restart the client.
Yeah, I did mine, and it's laggy, but it's not crashing.
Let's try again.
Oh, that's a neat background.
Oh, you like my background? So it's a little bit Star Citizen-y for the Minecraft stream, I know.
Oh, never mind.
Never mind what? It's not running good?
Minecraft might be done for the night.
You think so? You think we have to go play Star Citizen?
Yeah, gross game. I still want my $20 back, damn it.
I was on Diddy's stream and I donated a CCU today from a Defender to a Corsair for him to give away. Somebody won it. Could double down on the bad game, play Minesweeper instead. I don't even think I got Minesweeper on this computer. Minesweeper. Nope, not on my computer.
What you do is you don't play Minesweeper. You show us how to program a thing to play Minesweeper.
I don't know if I know how to do that. Most of my programming has nothing to do with a lot of the stuff that people might expect it to have to do with.
Time to learn, damn it.
Most people don't even know what kind of programming I do.
That's true.
I'm like entry-level C++ that happened to stumble upon something that was worth a little bit of money. You know, there was a demand for it, and I had the drive to create something for myself, and it turned out other people liked it too, so Might as well get a VM for WinXP so you can play pinball. Fuck yeah, dude. Going hard. I think it actually updated or something because it's taking longer than normal. We could always do like a local server and just start all over.
Not rush into endgame shit.
Well, just kind of whatever, you know.
Oh, then I have to do blood magic all over again.
Do you though?
It's not.
You'd be a
I
fucking
would.
wizard, Harry.
Well, I was gonna move into that next.
Oh, you're gonna do like it is if you just get if I gave you a tier 2 book and put you a heal spell on there, you could throw that shit in your offhand and be undefeatable. Like a full heal, no, just a right click away. As I ran around in that dungeon solo earlier, I was fighting like 10 blazes and 12 withers all at once in the room with the spawners. With a cardboard box in my hand trying to cover up the spawner. As long as I don't accidentally put the book on the wrong spell and cast something like Summon Light instead, I'm fine.
I think his internet just slightly died because I'm bouncing around between like being in one place and another.
It's not his internet though, that's the thing. He's renting this server.
Oh,
Yeah, failed to connect to the server, disconnected.
yeah, I just got disconnection.
Yeah, it looks like there's no Minecraft anymore. We're gonna have to do something less engaging than the current Minecraft and just check this out. Guess I'm gonna load up RSI.
Ropes.
See, this is annoying to me. Whenever I double click on it, it says I'm logged in. Now it's newer version, so I gotta download that. I actually haven't played since like the latest PTU stuff. I don't even know what the common bugs are these days. But I heard people are running around with med guns, dosing each other, like knocking people out at the ASOP terminals.
You get a stab in the butt. You get a stab in the butt.
Just running around with med guns, doping people up. But it's fucked up too, because they'll dose you until it knocks you out, and then they'll steal all your shit. Yeah, then looting them, exactly. So I did that. There's no launch button. There's no PTU, etc. I gotta log out and log back in. And then, like magic, it works.
Oh,
Are we doing live? There's an update for live? What? Are we doing PTU or live? Are you doing Star Citizen? Let me rephrase.
I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna run to the bathroom, then I'll be back.
Both have issues? Which one do you recommend, Silvok? Either works. Fuck it, PTU it is. Wait, did it just pop up that there was an update after I hit launch? How does that even work? It shouldn't pop up the option to launch before it knows if there's an update or not. I feel like this isn't gonna work. Maybe I should just preemptively close it. I go from downloading at like 50 megs a second to suddenly it's down to 10. That shit doesn't make any sense because I know I got the bandwidth for the 50. Oh wait, here it goes. 30, 40, back to 30. In between 34 and 40 something's fine with me. And we're there. What up, X4V3X official? That's a whole lot of letters and numbers. X4V3. That X4 Foundations version 3. Could also be like AVE. Someone stole my normal user. I hate when that happens. Go to fucking log into a game or a service and you're like, all right, I've been using this name for 387 years. And you punch it in, it's that, sorry, that name's already in use. The fuck it is. You better tell me who's using my shit. They think I'm entitled. Yeah, we're gonna have to switch it up. My server that I'm playing on just crashed basically. In fact, let me game it up here and switch it to Star Citizen so that nobody joins all confused. You're very lucky that this isn't a popular name. Let's check out the PTU. Yeah, I'm that guy. Generic white dude number 7. Oh God, where do I spawn at? Same place I always spawn at, brain. And if it just doesn't work, then it just doesn't work. Not Lorville? That's a good thing I don't want to spawn in Lorville. Oh, Chris fucked up by picking it. Look, whenever I play Star Citizen, we gotta do the voice attack. That's why I joined You playing on a private server? Yeah, we are, and it went to restart, and now every time we connect to it, it disconnects us even after the restart. And we tried it for about 5-10 minutes, and unfortunately, it just refused to let us on. So I don't know if my buddy's awake or around or whatever, but I don't think a server restart's gonna fix it. I think he's gonna have to like actually put some effort into clearing some entities or something. We were discussing me getting my own server and throwing it in a rack. They got some nice used ones, pre-owned, $300, R610 Edge. It's because you don't have the Raspberry Pi cluster to host your MC server. I mean, well, he's renting a server. So maybe somebody's DDoSing them or being a general ass. Look, this is in my price range. What's special about this? 2.4 gigahertz, 32 gig, Intel Xenon, silver? Like for 4 grand, you can give me a gold or a platinum. Jesus. Yeah, sure. Make a suggestion, recommendations, suggestions, whichever. That looks like a 2U. Doesn't look bad inside. What do y'all think? Mine would be don't pay 4K for a Minecraft server, but see, it's not about Minecraft. I play a lot of different games, and we prefer to have our own servers. Good lord, at the loading for fucking ever.
To be fair, I'm hosting mine on a little quad core Ryzen with 16 gigs of RAM. Dedicated RAM too.
So again, it's not really about just Minecraft, right? So anytime we play a game and dedicated servers are an option, we personally try to host, a lot of those. Personally host a media server, and I'm about to buy two $8,000 servers to run your stuff. Holy shit, bro. That's almost as much as I've spent on Star Citizen. I don't think it's gonna load, guys. I mean, it's still doing stuff in the background. We can see that.
Loading simulator.
Yes, loading simulator. Wrong number, Chad. He's paying 16K for servers. I just meant per server. Holy shit, it loaded in. It only took fucking 250 seconds. Is Star Citizen worth it? I finally upgraded my PC to run anything, so I'm thinking about it. Star Citizen is very much an alpha game, okay? And if you come into it expecting it to be a bug-free completed product, then you're not going to have a good experience. If you know that it's bugged and will continue to have bugs until they get all the kinks out and implement all the features they want to add, if you come in knowing that, and that your purchase of a game package for $45 or any additional stuff you buy is just that, it's a pledge. You're helping with the development of the game. Well, that's fine. So understand, it's in progress. As long as you understand that and you're okay with, all that entails, then you should be good to go. Like, I'm getting a little bit of latency right now. I got a 3080 and i9 9900K, 64 gigs of RAM, and I'm getting 30 frames a second. you know? It's not optimized. It's got a lot of pretty stuff in it. But it also has a lot of cool features. A lot of options. Am I wearing clothes? I am wearing clothes. Oh, wait. As a ritual, we have to wear the gold armor anytime we start a new character, so we gotta take this shit off. We gotta go with our undersuits and put our gold on. And then throw on an Argo backpack for shits and giggles. And, let's see, do I got... Nope, I got a med pen. Anything in other? What is this shit? I host media servers and need a form of modular storage with an adequate amount of memory. These servers combined have 500 plus gigs. It's what works with my budget, as well as being able to use them for my business. Are you running the systems on SSD hard drives in like a RAID format, like a RAID 1 or something like that, and just chocking it full of shit for high throughput, like gig ports or 10 gig ports on it and stuff like that? Alright, I think we're just gonna roll like this, because I always die wearing my golden armor, so I gotta put it on so I can go lose it real quick. I don't even fit ships anymore. I just log in and and go and do stuff. Or somebody, quit pushing, jackass. You'll get there eventually. I've looked into Star Citizen a lot. I just hope they are where they want to be. Haven't decided on raid yet, but I'll most likely use one as the main and the other as raid backup, as corruption can destroy years of work. And that is no fucking lie. You know, at least having one backup drive will save your ass if one fails. Let's turn off the in-game chat. People arguing as usual. So, as far as it goes, Star Citizen is actually really nice looking. A lot of good graphics, a lot of cool stuff in the backgrounds. I find the ship combat to be mostly fun. I don't like that this fucking tram is in here. I think you're lying to me. Hello? My buddy had about 400K worth of plans for his architecture business and his hard drive corrupted. Jesus. That's rough. Yeah, as a programmer, I'm a firm believer in data backup. You know, I have GitHub and other Git services that, like, I can send my code to so they're backed up on the cloud. But trust me, I fully understand the need to back shit up. I program bots for video games. Hey, thank you so much for the follow, man. I really appreciate it. Holy leg central. Whenever I get those, it kind of bogs me down a little bit. But yeah, I work at home. Made bots for a video game. It's like 20 something years old. People like it. They give me money, and it allows me to stay at home and stream. Maybe one day it'll pick up and I'll be somebody semi-famous. You know, like I gotta have tens of followers. Maybe it depends on your age. EverQuest. Good evening, Tut Tut. I think the tram here is fucked. Sad. Yeah, they put out an expansion every year, so I have to update the software annually. But it's bots to play all the classes, and there's 16 classes, and I'm currently done with 12 out of the 16. So there's 4 more to make. I have one buddy that works with me, and he's been taking care of most of the maintenance for me and kind of letting me do my own thing, which I'm perfectly okay with. All right, looks like we're gonna have to exit the menu and try that again. Maybe a tram on a different server will work. Of course, it's going to take me 30 years to get back to the menu. Or will it? Let me get a drink while this is thinking. Oh, wait, there it is. Let me try a PU. Let's just enter a random one. I'll be right back and get a drink while it's loading. Yes. Me and my buddy had talked about making a game when we're done with these 16 things. I've been learning Unreal Engine 5, kind of putting it through its paces. Um, he's thinking about like a top-down game. Like if you've ever heard of Core Keeper. Core Keeper, it's pretty bad graphics, but the gameplay's engaging, and it has some Minecraft askew properties to it, in that you mine blocks in a way. It's just not 3D blocks instead of it's 2D. I guess while this is loading, I could always check and see if. No, cancel that one. So I had started working on something just to kind of understand how Unreal works. And we'll just run this real quick. I know running Star Citizen in the background while also loading a 3D game in Unreal Engine 5 probably not the best idea, but whatever. The fact that this game's probably going to load before Star Citizen does is pretty ridiculous, considering I had to compile it and run it in debug mode. So I am using some of Unreal's assets, such as the player character and stuff like that. Probably not. Oops. So I actually have it emulating multiplayer so that I could see if the multiplayer features work. Let me get both of them on screen. So I have two clients currently connected. One is the server, and you can see at the top of this one it says net mode server. So this is the server character, and this is a client. This is somebody that's connected to the other person. So I can run around on the character, and I can shoot the guy, and it does damage. It's got a little pop up. It's doing damage over time right now. I got some debug stuff going on. I don't even remember all the hotkeys. He might not have access to anything else right now. I might have turned it off. But we got like Unreal coins. So you can like walk up and see the coins and interact with them. Because this is the client and I haven't fully networked the coins, I can't pick it up. But if I, what is it, Shift F1? So if I connect to this character, right, who's Smack, um, here's the coin, and let me look at the coin on this one. Um, if I interact with it, it disappears on my screen, but it doesn't disappear on theirs. So that's one of the things that I'm like dicking with right now. Just general networking stuff. Got some death animation in there. The coin comes back and just pick it up again. And then because I got damaged, I can come over here. They got these health potions. So if you have some coins, you can buy those. It's 50 coins to buy those. You got some barrels that have an explosion. No graphic for the actual explosion, but they do like push you back and have like a force. I was messing around with some like masks, so like when stuff dissolves, for example. I do have AI, but I don't have them on right now for this particular test that I was running. But I mean, you have everything that you could possibly want. I think most of the actions are turned off right now. But we can go back and look at the code, and I stopped the game and ran into this because it's like ensuring it exists. But yeah, I mean, just generally making a game is kind of interesting to me. And let's close like the UE4 code. So like just having an explosive barrel has its own file here, so we can look and see these are the components of the class for the explosive barrel. It has a mesh component, and the root component is that mesh. And then we add a force component to it, so we create a default object of the radial force. So that's like force that goes outwards. And then we go ahead and attach it to the root component, which is the mesh. And then we set the force component to auto-activate as false. We give it a radius of 750, and we say how much impulse strength there is. So B impulse changes velocity, so that's if somebody's running forward, the impulse pushes them back. It takes their current velocity into consideration. And then we add a collision channel, and we set it to dynamic so that impulse can push back blocks that are loose in the world, things like that. Begin play, it's basically when the game begins playing that you want to do some stuff. So we add like an on component hit, and that's a dynamic function that says when it hits the actor, it'll run the stuff in that. Right, so on actor hit, this is what happens when the actor is hit. So it says like this is just a string. It gets the safe name for the other actor. The other actor is who initiated it. So if the other actor name starts with a player, then it doesn't do damage or whatever. If it's not a player, then it'll fire the impulse. But I got that like kind of turned off in the HUD. So like there's the action set up, so you can go through and look at which coding language are you focusing on. C++. It's one of the main reasons I picked Unreal 5. Unity does not offer C++. But that's the one I've been programming in for the past 3 years. And I've been out of tune with Java since I got out of college, so surely I didn't just crash. No, okay. Maybe I shouldn't be running that shit in the background. Let's close some stuff here. There we go. But anyway, yeah. I mean, I've been working with C++ for 2017. I started in like 2018. Oh wow, I guess it's more like 5 years, not 3. Fuck, time flies. Let's go see if that tram works. I always thought their signs were cool. Like, they could have absolutely put ads in these for actual stuff, and it would kind of be non-intrusive to the gameplay. It would just be like some shit that pops up on the screen, and they could generate revenue from it. But they put ads for stuff that's actually in the game. Or you think about just hiding the coin when you interact or deleting it. So, the coin is going to respawn, so I'm just hiding it and taking away the option to interact with it. Like, I done closed it now, but... Yeah, it looks like that tram's broken. I don't know if I ended up on the same server, but it's certainly not there. So, you can look at all the little things I got down here. So, one of those is the power up for the coin. And it tells you how much each coin is worth. And if the instigator pawn is the player that interacted with the object. So if that doesn't exist, then it just returns out. It's got an ensure on there, which means it's going to give me a breakpoint. So it's going to pop me over to here and let me know, hey, there is no instigator pawn. But you'd have to be a character to interact with it. But here we have, so if there's an instigator pawn, get the player state. And then the player spawn add credits, credit amount up. And then we use a function called hide and cool down the power up. So if we go to that definition, it's going to set the power up state to false, and it's going to get a world time manager. It's going to set a timer, and I've already preset the timer handler for the respawn timer. And we're going to say this is what we want to interact with, and then we're going to use this function to show the power up. And then show power up is right here, and it's just going to say show power up state as true. And if you look down here, or I'm sorry, set power state to true. And if we look down here, it's going to say B, it's a bool, new is active, whether or not it is or is not active. Okay, so we're going to set the actor enable collision. We're going to make it to where they can't collide with it. In other words, they can't interact with it. And we're also going to set the visibility. So we're hiding it basically. And then the timer handler is actually what's going to decide whenever it's going to trigger the other function to hide it, or I'm sorry, make it visible again, right? So it's show power up is the thing, right? So they're going to get the coin and it's going to make it invisible, and then it's going to trigger this timer, okay? Which is, you know, this one's setting it to false, so it's hiding it. This one's setting a timer, and at the end of the timer, it's going to run this function. And when we run that function, it's going to set the power up state to true, which is going to make it visible again. So we're hiding it, but it's going to respawn in that same exact place. So we don't want to delete it and have to recreate it later. We just hide it for the moment. You know, think of it kind of like Doom. When you played a game of Doom, you know, you would go, I know, you know, this is where the health is, you know, so I can run over there and I can get that and it's going to disappear. You know, but after a little bit, it'll respawn. And it's kind of the same concept that I was trying to apply to that situation. You know, and this isn't necessarily going to be a game that I play. This is actually part of a tutorial series online. Set invisible for X minutes, or yeah, pretty much. I'm trying to remember the name of the place that I had to go. He's one of the engineers for Unreal. Tom Lumen. So Tom Lumen has his own website here, and it's a tutorial course, an Unreal Engine C++ course, and it was one of the reasons why I picked it. But Tom Lumen's an actual Unreal game optimization and an engineer at Unreal, so he works for Unreal directly. And this is the action roguelike project that I've been working on. So I can visit the course site, for example. And it says I'm already enrolled, because I am enrolled. Let me zoom the fuck out, Jesus. And it, you know, has like a little introduction, tells you some of the stuff, like which students would like it. Like, you should already know about C++ before you take it. And it's the same stuff I'm doing. He's got some cooler graphics and other parts that he's already finished in his little video here. But overall, it's not bad. So, I can go to the course. Right, and these are all the sections that I've completed so far. I'm down here. I'm working on multiplayer, so I'm finishing up multiplayer right now. And, you know, lots of stuff still left to do in this tutorial. But it's been a hell of an adventure, you know, learning how all this stuff works. Yet realistically, it is a lot of time, and if you're doing it yourself and you're not hiring anybody, and you know, you got to look into getting your own assets and you know, stuff that's either royalty free or you're. I paid like $300 for it, but I think it's discounted now. Let's go back. I know I'm already enrolled. Calm down. $296. So 15% discount right now for an indie developer, like an independent developer. Um, I like it. I mean, the price isn't horrible. I mean, you could certainly just go on YouTube and piece together stuff. Let's see, YouTube. They got a guy that's, I think it's Game Dev Academy. Yeah, absolutely. So this guy, he does some tutorials, but he does a bunch of different games, and this one's absolutely free. He'll teach you how to use Maya. This was blueprints for Unreal Engine 4. Now, mind you, the course is in Unreal Engine 4 right now for Tom Lumen's course. I don't know that he's updated it for 5 yet. But, you know, Game Dev Academy is a pretty good one as far as, like, the free ones go. Even tells you how to download and install the shit. Talks about different level of details, how they can make stuff seem like it looks like shit from a distance, but when you get closer, it improves the appearance. Lots of stuff in his stuff, and as far as free goes, you can't fucking beat it. Majority of the principles would still apply for 5. Yeah, exactly. Most of them would certainly still apply. Maybe the buttons are in a different location. Some of the features aren't available in 5 that were available in 4, for example. So he'll tell you how to do something in the tutorial, and it won't work because you're on 5. There's stuff in the course, actually, specifically surrounding the world shake. Like an explosion goes off and it's got a camera shake. The camera shake code that he had gave us was incorrect, and there was a bunch of discussion about it. Like if I go into course, let's see if I can find camera shake. I don't know. Anyway, if you go into like individual sections, for example,
So let's move in.
and you scroll down, there's conversations that people have or questions they ask. So if you have a question, maybe somebody else has asked the question, you can scroll down and look and see what the answers are and stuff like that. You know. Um, Overall, for $300, there's a lot of content. You know, I still recommend trying it with 4 so that there's not a whole lot of confusion added to first trying to learn the stuff and on top of it trying to figure out why it doesn't work when it turns out it's just the version you're using. Yeah, these trams are fucked, so I can't even play this. Well, not on PTU anyway. Let's try PU. Let me try PTU. Or god damn it. Just the regular persistent universe. So live. Let's go ahead and try to update that. I mean, if I can go somewhere in live that's not just standing there waiting for a fucking tram, I'll probably be okay with live. Um, Zave, as far as Star Citizen goes, I would say that buying an entry level package and joining somebody else in the verse, I'm talking like a $45 package. I mean, you're talking about spending freaking 16 grand on servers. I feel like you might be able to squeeze out 45 bucks. Get in the game, check it out, find out if you like it, join somebody else. I don't personally normally share my code for RSI to get you um like added credits or me a referral bonus. Like I'm not even entirely sure how I get to it. I think Chris told me. Yeah, okay. So they're like you can give somebody a referral code. You can see I have no recruits at all. I rarely give anybody a referral code. But if you use this code when you create your account, it's going to give you, and we'll zoom in on it. It's going to give you 5,000 UEC. So that's the currency in the game. Okay. Um, you just have to buy a package with a minimum 40 US dollar amount value, and if you go to the pledge store after you create that account, you got to have a game package. That's how you play the game. You get a game package, and they got stuff, that's expensive, and they got stuff that's cheap. This Aurora MR is kind of a piece of shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a pile of shit. But you can get in it and you can fly. Personally, I would say,
The Cutter's not a bad jump in.
yeah, I would say either the Titan or the Cutter. The Cutter's actually pretty good for really like early game characters. It's got a lot of utility and a lot of fuel range.
It's also weirdly tanky.
It is extremely tanky, and I've looked at the stats for it, and they actually have pretty good resistances.
The quantum fuel is going down though in 318.
Is it? How?
6,000 to 600. There was a mistype when they added.
Okay, so that was a typo. Got it. All right. Either
But yeah, kinda
way,
like fuck it, we're adding it here or it's update close to so. We're just gonna leave it for now.
keep in mind they got packages that are way the fuck up there in price. You
But you
know.
also have to spend a lot to see those.
But yeah, you do have to spend quite a bit to see those in the first place. I have the convoy pack. That's this one right here. So that costed me 3,500 US dollars. I mean, I basically bought stuff, and then when I had enough, then I sold everything I had back into Star Citizen and got store credit for it. And then I used that store credit to buy this. It's not like I logged in and was like, oh, 3,500 bucks for a fucking bunch of pixels. I've been playing since 2015, so I've kind of built up a small armada. Oh, like let's look at my hanger real quick. First off, I'd like to point out I got $220 in store credit currently. But if we look at billing and subscription and we scroll to the bottom, it'll actually tell you how much you've spent in total. That's my total spent. Now, keep in mind, I'm spending money on this sort of thing. My house is paid for, my truck's paid for. I don't owe anybody a fucking penny. So, I'm not advocating spending this kind of money on a video game if you have like other shit to do. I damn sure don't recommend financing it by buying it on credit cards. But if you believe in like the image that Star Citizen's trying to get, into the world, which is this game, then if you want to invest in your pixels, then do it, man. But at the very least, spend the $60. Get the cutter. Use that code, create you account, and spend you $60. Get in the game. The joy of it is once you spend that $60, you got access to the game. Okay, you don't ever have to spend another penny on it. You can run with that one ship, and then you can go and earn the credits in game and buy other ships. People like me, I have 41 ships. You want to use one? Let me know which one. I'll let you fly anything in my armada. Oh, am I at Orison? Let's take this nightgown off. Hell yeah, the yellow Speedo. It's insane. I appreciate it. I'll probably check it out tomorrow or next weekend when I'm free. Absolutely, man. I mean, it's worth checking out. And if you got all that computer, you might as well put it to some good use. Let's see if we can go get into some trouble. In fact, I'll pull the Cutter or the Avenger Titan or both out if you want to look at them and see what you're getting. Now, I do have joysticks, so I don't fly with the mouse and keyboard. Mouse and keyboard is going to be a little clunky at first, but I would recommend doing that before buying any HOSAS or HOTAS setups so that you can at least see what the game's about before you make, you know, them kind of investments. Where in the fuck am I? Green circle. Ah, this way. Also, you don't really have a map to look at on planets. You just kind of learn your way around or use signs. I will say that, you know, coming over here, you got to learn your way around. They'll have stuff like this, like a little transit map. Like, you actually have to learn your way around using transit maps and shit. And know where you're going.
The shuttle is preparing to depart.
This shuttle works. I'll take it.
Please clear the hatch. Shuttle will be departing.
I'm a little sad that it's nighttime right now, because Orison's actually a really pretty location. Graphically stunning, I would say.
Pain in the ass to find your way out of it, though.
It is if you don't know your way around. Like, I don't know where the fuck I'm going right now.
That way.
Exactly. I'm just riding in this tram. The interesting thing about Orison is Orison's a gas giant. And all the living areas are actually, like, floating cities. So we're up in, like, the higher portion of the atmosphere where there's breathable air, and these things are just floating, basically. So I want to go to the spaceport, because that's how I'm going to get out and into my ship.
Last call for passengers. The shuttle is preparing to depart.
And to be clear, that was telling me the next stop was the spaceport. It's telling me where that landing's going. Like, I can look down there. There's one for Cloud View Center. That's where that one's going.
The next shuttle is approaching.
So I could go downstairs and ride this and go back where I came from. You know, but we got Providence Platform where you do some buying stuff. So this is a C2. This is a Hercules. It looks really small because this is, you know, a not to scale ship. Let's go to the spaceport. Let's grab some ships. Go check out some of the insanity we got waiting in my hangar. Monster. Now, got a little bit of a wait. And keep in mind, Star Citizen still only has one star system available to players. Eventually, there will be like 100 star systems that you can go to. They're currently trying to get it to where we can go to a second star system so we can test jump gates and stuff of that nature. But a lot of what you're doing in the game is technically just testing. But they have a really good bug reporting system.
Please clear the
Let me pull it up real quick. So on their website, you can go to apps, and then they got this issue council, so you can help them make the game better. That's kind of the purpose of this, right? It's an alpha. You're supposed to help them. So we got an issue with Star Citizen, then we can go here, and we can look at the trending issues, like what's most common, and how many people are voting to fix it, and stuff like that. So they got a pretty good issue tracker, so we can see the known issues from other players. You know, we can create our own by reporting a new issue. We can look at ones that are almost confirmed as being an issue, and if you run into it as well, you can go and tell them, yeah, I can recreate that. You know, so maybe I contribute to this. If I hit the contribute over here, I can say I've experienced it, or I can't reproduce it, or this is a duplicate report. So, and then whether or not it's something major, etc.
If this is your
I'm
stop,
gonna drop
please
chat.
leave
You have a good
your
night.
entries in mind.
Okay, man. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us.
The next shuttle for passengers. The shuttle is preparing to depart.
So here's another player headed to the spaceport.
The next shuttle is approaching the station.
Unlike a lot of games, there's no name tag over this player's head. So I don't know who that is. I just know it's another player. This is like your generic white suit. Like if you die and you don't have an undersuit or helmet, they give you the white suit of doom. It's pretty common to have. Most people don't bother buying their own undersuit unless they're doing something serious. Some are all about the fashion though. So you never know. Anyway, anytime you're in a planet, you go through a security checkpoint, like a customs. It's literally as if you were going through the airport, right? So they got like a little customs area. You just walk through it. You don't actually have to do anything there. Anytime you go through the security, there's always like the fines and citations payment system. So you can just click log in, and if you have any fines, you'd be able to pay them here. That's if you want to. Me personally, they're going to have to send my ass to prison. So they got like shit like this, little kiosks. They haven't quite finished, I don't think. Oh, this one might be done. So yeah, so like this is the Avenger Titan. This is the $70 ship you would buy. And it looks like you can rent this stuff. So these are rentals. I personally prefer to buy ships, but if there's a way to make money, it's going to be starting out, you'll probably end up renting a ship that's useful. So this is what I'm talking about. They got cool advertisements, like an actual video in the game talking about stuff in the game. They got restaurants with their own like taglines. 2801 Whammers. Cave into your crave. A taste of freedom. The Liberty Lake beer. Anyway, so a lot of effort has been put into the aesthetics of this game. I'll definitely give them that. Anytime you get to a spaceport, there's always elevators that go to hangars, and near those will be what's called an ASOP terminal. They show up as the fleet managers here with the orange background. You click on that, and this is your list of vehicles. So I have an Avenger Titan Renegade. We're going to pull that out. That's the $70 ship. Looks like I need to wait, but I'm going to just pay a fee and expedite it. When we figure out how to import our brains into computers, I want to live in Star Citizen. Maybe after they get the bugs out of it, yeah?
If you leave it there fast and safe, the Mercury checks all the boxes expected of a dependable courier vessel and then some.
So we're going to Hangar 6. We'll just come over here to the elevator. I'm going to hold F. It gives us our cursor. We click on the elevator button. It'll tell us it's been called. We'll pop in. If you hold down F, you get your cursor. You can scroll down in the menu here. We're going to Hangar 6. Or that one. So now it's going to take me to elevator, or take me to Hangar 6 rather. And this is how big the Avenger is. And this is a small ship. We can open the back door on this bad boy. Little platform comes out. You crawl up in here. It's got some storage room. You can put some objects in. You got a bed, so you can like lay down and log out in your bed anywhere in the world. And once they get it working right, yes, people can absolutely steal your shit. Never leave your doors open. Like, I just left the back door open. If I was in a place where other people were, somebody could just walk in my ship and take it. If the doors are shut, they don't have access to open the doors, so they couldn't steal it then. Once they're inside, though, they can open the doors and close them from the pilot seat. So we'll pop in this pilot seat real quick. Ready, ship? Power to shields. Request takeoff. So right now there's not a system where it would cost you a whole lot to fix that. They have insurances attached to ships. And if you lose your ship and don't have insurance, then you would have to buy the whole ship again. But if you keep insurance on it, then you won't have to pay for the whole ship again. Landing gear. But yeah, that same terminal I was just at, you can just go over there and file a claim, and they'll, after a period of time, return the ship. Depending on how big the ship is, on how long that wait time is. Like, my Hammerhead's a 45-minute wait. I can expedite it by paying them to only take 15 minutes. But the Hammerhead is also a ship with 6 turrets and, you know, a pilot and engineering bay, and there's all kind of shit going on in that ship. That thing's fucking big. So, Orison's a gas giant. Let me rotate around here real quick. It's hard to see, but this place is kind of big. Okay? And it's unfortunate it's dark right now. But I have to fly up so high before I can jump out. I do not. Now, technically I could own it with as much as I've spent, but I have not bought it. The one is the 890 Jump currently is the biggest one. And there are people that own it that hang out with us, but I'm not one of them. I don't like Origin ships personally. I have a ship that's like twice as large as that one. It's just not in the game yet. Yeah, Silvok owns an 890. Like, you can look at the fleet, a fleet viewer, right? So, let's look at my last fleet view. And this is an external website, not at all related to the CIG or nothing like that. Well, again, this is an alpha game. When they plan on making a ship, they will let you buy the concept of the ship at a fairly significant discount. Take, for example, the Banu Merchantman. When it came out, it was $300. Okay, and if you bought it back then, that was a really good deal because this ship is fucking huge. Okay? But now it's $650 to get the ship. And the closer it gets to release or after release, the price will go up more. The Banu Merchantman currently is this ship here, and it's cheaper than this ship here, which is, you know, like a third of its size. Which means a third of its complexity and a third of its, you know, development requirement and stuff like that. So, you know, it's pretty significant to get ships like that for that much cheaper. But a lot of these are what's called concept ships. So they show you, yeah, pre-order a fucking ship. Yeah, it's pretty much it. You're pre-ordering it, you know, before it's released. And that happens a lot, realistically. But these are the ships in my fleet currently. This one right here makes the 890 Jump look small. And in fact, let's go back. Let's add an 890 Jump to the fleet. So we're going to say my last fleet view, and it's going to populate it. And then the 890 is where? This website's a little laggy. Oh, I see it. I seen it. There it is. So we're going to add one. And then we'll scroll up and start. The 890 Jump is currently the largest flyable ship. This is my largest ship. This is the 890, the largest currently flyable ship. Mine's a little bigger. Okay, calm down. It's longer by like 100 meters. It's taller by like 80 meters. But they also have different functions. This is a capital class mining ship, whereas this is a luxury yacht with guns and missile turrets. You know? So, I mean, this thing has an entirely different purpose. It's designed to eat asteroids, and this is designed not to do any of that shit. Yeah, it's pretty fucking tanky. It's got the most shield in the game currently. Alright, let's see if we can go somewhere. Cruise control? Map? So I'm currently over here at Crusader. Alright, this is the planet I'm at, and these are the moons. Let's go to Daymar. I'm going to set a route, and we're going to do some jumping. Full quantum. I don't think I'm high enough yet. Yeah, I have to be high enough. Cruise control? No, it still wants me to exit atmosphere. Oh wait, no, PTU has to reduce atmosphere height. It's not reduced in live yet. Nobody really cared for coming to Orison because of how far out of the atmosphere you gotta get. It's just such a long flight just to get out of the atmosphere. They significantly reduced it in the current test build. I think 120 will get me there. Powered engines. Maybe I'm mistaken. Still wants me to exit atmosphere. We're certainly going to go to a different location to spawn ships in. It's already in space, so I don't have to do all this shit. Oh, I just left the Armistice Zone? Jesus fucking Christ. Luckily, this ship's kind of fast compared to some of my ships. Oh, it says I can jump now. See, it turned blue. That means I can use it. And my character almost blacked out from the change in G-forces. Punch it. Yay, lag. Punch it. Now, I am streaming from the same computer I'm playing the game on, which is not helping my frames at all, but there's some bugs where shit gets kind of stuttery no matter what kind of computer you got. A lot of those are worked out in the test build, but there's other issues in the test build right now. Alright, so anywhere on a planet that you see, I could physically fly to. So if I wanted to fly the 600 and whatever kilometers down to the surface of this planet at any point on it, well, this is a moon actually, then I could do that. But you can also just quantum jump down to a specific location. So we're going to go ArcCorp Mining Area 141. This is an arbitrary destination. You can get missions that will tell you where you should go. Which, we'll pick one up here shortly and see if we can go do something. Maybe go shoot at some critters or other people or whatever. Thoughts falling? That's a C2. That's another one of the ships I got. That thing is huge compared to me. It's also like a cargo ship, but it'll also carry wheeled vehicles and shit like that. Landing gear? Slightly bumpy drop. Let's move closer. I don't like that it's landing crooked, so I can go in third person and see what the deal is there. I'm on kind of a slope. See if we can move this over. Oh, there's a storm. That's not helping shit. There we go, semi-level. Let's pop out of here. Finding the right place to stand to hit the damn door. So you can also get out through the ladder. I didn't do that. Just for reference, that ship compared to this ship. This thing's a monster. These front doors butterfly open and then a ramp will come out that'll come out to like here. On it. It's massive. The landing gear on this thing. And a lot of detail goes into these as well. Look at the size of the rear turret on this thing. These size 6 cannons. Each one. Oh, and because I'm on a moon, there's low gravity. Okay. I need food too. The downside to buying cargo in the Titan. There's no walking space. Good thing this is here. Cargo verified. Full quantum? Punch it. A long ride to ArcCorp and a stock Avenger. Good time for a pantry raid? Yeah, exactly. I went ahead and stocked her up with some random crap. Figured I'd fly them down to Area 18 and try to sell it. Make like tens of hundreds of AUEC, you know? And, maybe I will go raid the pantry real quick. So we'll flop over here and do an intermission. I'll be back. Well, looks like I got back just in time. My wife made a cheesecake. So, I'm having cheesecake as my snack. Mmm, cheesecake. Get down here and sell this junk off the ship. Stop spooling. Landing gear. Request landing. And hands free all the way in. Honey, we're home. Check and make sure I didn't rough up my cargo while I was flying over here like an idiot. Oh, cargo's still there. No cargo grid on live right now. You got a Riker Memorial Spaceport.
Thank you for visiting
Enough time for a quick bite of this here cheesecake.
Tram now approaching. Tram now leaving the station. Stand clear of the doors.
Hell yeah, my 9 frames per second as the area is loading in.
Now arriving. City Flight is proud to be the official transportation service provider of the Arkansas Metropolitan Network.
Alright, so in order to sell this stuff, I believe we have to go to admin, or in this case, TDD, which is the Trade and Development Division. So, we go over here. This is TDD. Yeet inside. Wait for the automatic doors to not so quickly automatically open. Yeet over that. And then these are your terminals. Welcome to TDD. So what we need to do is we need to sell from the Avenger Titan. Oops. Here, this one. So I bought some garbage. I'm going to sell it back. Make a couple of bucks. The idea being that getting stuff from the surface of a moon to a planet is worth money. So cities are willing to pay more than outposts are selling it for. And you as the middleman earn your money by buying it low and selling it, well, high, obviously. So I was coming here anyway, so it made sense to just go ahead and buy some shit and bring it with me. Holy lag, man. 9 frames a second on this place. I was getting 30 on PU, so... I mean, there is a lot going on, but Jesus. It's like a fucking slideshow. I got entirely too many browsers open. Oh yeah, it might be that. Or that. Or this Amazon tab. Or this tab with nothing in it. Oh, look. 41 frames a second. It's like all that shit just doing me dirty. Go check out the Astro Armada. All these signs running around. What do you mean? Oh, from the lag? It should be okay now. I kind of fixed it. I got all my frames back. That Starship 42 website, that was rough. It is laggy and it causes lag in other places as well, unfortunately. Alright, I'm back and my stomach is happy. That's a good way to be. It was exploding before. Yeah, it should be okay now. While you were gone, I flew over here to Area 18 where the trams weren't working on the Persistent Universe test one. And I also ran to the other room and grabbed me some cheesecake because I'm a fatty in a skinny guy's body. Got some pretty cool looking ships. This is Astro Armada. It's one of the places you would go if you wanted to buy a ship. And you can see how much they cost here. You can sort by who makes the ship. So like the Origin ships are the ones that have the 890, the currently largest ship. And that's 32.2 million, or right at 32.3 million for that bastard. That thing's huge. Anyway, but yeah, you can buy all the ships in the game for the most part, except concept ships that were just released. And that's usually like the next patch or so coming from the PTU, you'll be able to use it. So if it came out in 3.18, then it'll be available in 3.19 or before that, depending. But anyway, you can come and buy them all for in-game currency. Now, keep in mind that ship was like all the monies. And we can go to contract managers and look at some of our options. So like as a bounty hunter, I have access to these. I can apprehend suspects, or I could do these VRTs. It's very high risk. An ERT, which is an extreme risk. It's your third favorite? It's one of my favorites, I'm not going to lie. Especially since my wife cooks them at home. Anyway, I would say for like the Avenger, we might want to do an LRT, which is low risk, and that's like 5,000 AUEC. So when you're doing missions that are only worth 5,000, that's a lot. At best, doing an extreme risk target is 25,000, and you gotta figure how many of those $25,000 missions do you gotta grind to be able to buy an 890 jump. I mean, that's a lot of fucking. That's a lot of missions. They do have missions out there that are worth more, but usually it requires group effort, so you end up splitting the mission when you share it out to other people so that they can help. I made an Oreo cheesecake, literally the only time in my life where I was proud of myself. My wife made our pizza homemade today, and I hurt her feelings because I told her that it was too greasy for me to eat. But in my defense, I'm allowed to not like stuff. Anyway, Kasaba. Kasaba is a clothing outlet. So you can actually go buy civilian clothes. Or clothes that you can't wear in space. And then you got Cubby Blast, which is weapons and ammo since 2932. Try rifle, pistol, or shotgun. For more information, please contact your local shooting range. Best prices in the verse. Let's go ahead and pop into Cubby Blast. They got guns just rack mounted on the fucking walls and shit. Got some targets up here. Maybe you want to shoot at this alien. Maybe you don't. Need a set of armor? Here you go. Need something small? How about a pistol? Don't want small? How about a shotgun? With a magazine that is a drum. Anyway, you can get all that shit without going over there, but we can go to the screen here. And we can choose categories. Get any number of different categories selected. You got C-54. It's a machine gun. She gonna be asking for a divorce? No. No shot. She might ask for more attention later. She's used to me being blunt. It's one of the reasons we get along, because I'm not going to sit there and eat something I don't like. I would just as soon tell her so she knows that that's not something she should make for me again. I don't want her wasting her time making something I don't like. Alright, so we flew all the way over here in the Avenger Titan. We brought cargo with us. We sold the cargo. Now let's go back to the spaceport. And we know we're going that way because this says that's where we're going. All the little signs, I've always really appreciated the fact that they went through all the effort to make those signs. And you look at all these graphics and stuff around the city, like somebody made those. You look down there, like all that shit you can't even get to. And there's just like screens and monitors and projections and stuff just all over the place. Really awesome aesthetic.
City Flight reminds you that when trash goes in the bin, we
See, that tram? This is what should have happened. It should have actually arrived. This is Area 18. This is where I tried to go on the test universe.
stand clear of the doors. Tram now leaving the station. Stand clear of the doors.
Yeah, but me and my wife, we've been together for 8 years now. And we still act like we just met and all that good stuff. I mean, we know a lot about each other now, but I just meant we're still overly affectionate. You just take in the scenery. Like, the effort that was involved in making this entire area is crazy. And if you look, we're on like a highway thing, and they got little mini ships that are flying. Like, like, they can fly, but they're driving in a designated route. You gotta sleep because I gotta get up early to take the kitten to the vet? Alright, man. Thanks for stopping by. I do hope you get the game and at least check it out. And keep an eye out for other streamers that do giveaways. They might give away a game package and then you wouldn't even have to buy the game. Alright, man. You too.
Your personal belongings are your personal responsibility. Monitor your luggage at all times.
Your insurance claim has been sent. Thank you.
Good evening, sir.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Did I startle you?
Yeah. Actually, a little louder today. I think I turned up the volume and stuff. Let me touch down just a little bit. How's it going, man?
Go alright, I've been pretty neck deep in this Hogwarts game.
Oh yeah? You liking that one too? Chris been playing it a lot too.
It's awesome. It's probably the best RPG since Skyrim, in my opinion.
Philbox playing it right now. It's just doing wizard shit.
Your personal belongings are your personal responsibility. Monitor your luggage.
Anyway, maybe we go out in this prospector. I haven't done mining in a little bit. Got to go out and make some money before they wipe it all away, right?
Yep.
Lord knows I ain't gonna get any use out of this thing after the vulture comes out, right? Somebody will be harvesting my prospector with their vulture after somebody else shoots me down for daring to have the gall to mine. Which, I'm actually curious, what happens to the cargo and mining vessels? You know what I mean? Because there is no cargo box for raw ore. You know, is it just throw it down on the ground as chunks and then they can extract it up if they want? You know, like how does that work?
Maybe it creates boxes in the cargo factor.
I doubt it.
Fact.
I doubt it because it's got to go in these pods. There's no physical image to put in the cargo bay. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They'll probably. It's probably something to be determined.
See if I still remember how to fly this thing. Ready engines? I'm sorry. Ready ship?
Hello, how can Miss help you today? Systems on.
I kind of like the HUD on the Prospector. The MFDs are all visible up here at the same time from the standard view. You don't have to look around to see shit.
Yeah, and you have more view than the other MISC ships. Like the Freelancer's point of view is crap.
Yeah. I will say that of all the things, the default HUD on this is different than others, specifically because this isn't a combat ship, so you don't have a target MFD by default, which does make sense to me, but there are some ships that have dumb defaults, like comms on the Scorpius, when it's only got two MFDs.
Right, right.
Request takeoff? Yeah, it does have kind of a nice viewing angle.
That's my chief complaint with the Freelancer. It was your blocked view. Also the same in the Hercules. I have the same claustrophobic kind of view, and the Aegis not Gladius, the Eclipse, where there's so much of the cockpit that's not transparent.
Cruise control? I need to trim around my lip so that I can quit getting shit on the edge of my mustache when I'm trying to eat.
Stop chewing on your mustache too. Yeah.
It's involuntary. You ever eat a taco with a full beard, bro? It's like you try to put it in there, and no matter which way you go, you're cramming hair in your mouth too.
Yep.
Let's go for Lyria, obviously. Just where on Lyria, right? I like to go to I think it's anywhere elsewhere as my destination, as a decent start for mining. Full quantum. Man, they were so close. The targeting reticle and the quantum reticle are offset from each other, and that shit annoys the fuck out of me. Punch it. Like, how do you not just have that shit aligned? You know what I mean? Soup as well? Yeah, if you're drinking the soup out of the bowl, I could see that. Realistically, if it's bad enough right here on the edges, it doesn't matter what the hell you're eating. You end up with hair regardless. Now, this is saying that it's 120,000 kilometers that way. Is it going to try to jump me directly there? Or at the sun? That's not going to work. Now, I know and you know that this is not the way to go behind me. But that's the way they decided to point. So we can't jump directly to elsewhere. We have to jump to the planet first. Is it not going to route me there? It's literally just trying to jump directly to elsewhere. Let's tell it just go to Lyria. We'll do the rest ourselves, thanks. Punch it. And then I don't actually go there. Thing. We're gonna go to these mountains over here. Not what I want. Anyway, let's go back over here to this. I don't think I have my hotkeys set up. Oh, that might be the cluster I need in my life. Cancel? Not going to tell me the composition? Thing? There's a 2.7. Lights? Lights? %. Landing gear?
Landing gear down.
30%. So that's my Huckleberry. Cancel? Get her in optimal. Lights? It's a 5200 mass rock. 30% of that being Quantanium. I'm going to have to break it down one time, and then it's going to put it in littler shards. And then I have to break down the littler shards each one time into even smaller shards. And then with any luck, some of those are going to be 100% Quantanium. But I don't know if I can break this rock solo. Let's get as close as we can here. Imagine being so close that the laser's inside the rock. Yeah, I don't think this one's one we can get. I mean, not without modules. This is why I like the mole. Lights? Bing? 6%. %. Two. Yeah, I don't think we're finding what we want. Cancel. So normally I have to adjust controls. Well, I do want the mouse keyboard. Trying to remember, you want the increase and decrease angle. What else is it you want? It's the FOV. I just don't know what that's under. One way to find out is to dual bind it to something. So double click on something random, hit it, and it'll tell you in flight radar decrease ping angle. Right? So I'll just say no and then go to flight radar. And we got increased ping angle and decreased ping angle. And we'll set that to the mouse wheel as well. So I got them in reverse. But if we go in V, are they? No, they're right. Thing. So then I can do wide angle like this. And then I see that 9200 away. If I zoom in on it, do like 5%, it'll pick it up. And I can see that's one white dot. I can look at this one. That one's 13 kilometers away. I'm not going to pick that up. It's like 12.2. So I should be able to pick this one up, for example. Should. Yeah, that's one rock. Go out 360. We got this one at 10 kilometers out. How many dots is that? Just one. Quantanium comes in pairs or groups. Not so much in individual rocks. So like if I go through the effort of flying to each one of these, only to find out that it's a single rock or there is no quantanium or whatever, you're almost guaranteed to find quantanium in groups. Lights? I guess they were on. Yeah. So if you can see the rock, you should be able to switch to mining mode. And as long as you keep scanning, it should be able to tell you something about it. So this is gneiss rock. Not going to have what I want. It's going to be like tungsten and other bullshit. Anyway, you just move forward until you pick up what's in it. Might be necessary to switch off of it and then go back. Aluminum, magnesium, terranite, and inert. So none of the shit worth money, basically. That's a obsidian deposit. Diamond barrel, bexelite, corundum. So bexelite's worth a little bit, but not really. And that rock's half freaking inert. That's garbage. Anyway, let's get out of mining mode. We'll do our field of view stuff again. One rock. Single. 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 Here in a minute, we're probably going to bump into that pile we seen earlier. Single. This carrying. Oh, this one's telling me what's in there. Diamond, tungsten, terranite. Must already scan that one. Yeah, these are mineable commodities. That's the Quantanium that we saw a minute ago. It's at 30.6%. You're a hairy wizard? Yeah, exactly. Hey, Moose. Thought you went to bed, bro. Biddy and deposit again. Very low Bexelite content, though. I started mine, bought the deluxe pack, so hi and no, I just dropped out a voice, was wanting to finish my blood magic, the server is stupid. If he can get the world file, I'll happily host it also. Yeah, no doubt. Let me message him. He's greenlit, but that doesn't mean anything. Oh, I guess I could zoom this shit back out, couldn't I? I'm not sure who he is hosting it through currently, but it seems like their shit took a dump. No, not that I'm aware of. Did it? I haven't had any skip frames since 30 minutes ago when I had Starhanger or Starship 42 open. Me. Let me cancel. Cancel. Let me try pulling up my own stream, I guess. Let me cancel. Nope. Looks fine. Ping. Ping. It's hand mining or rock mining stuff. Let's see how close those are to each other. Cancel. Can't see shit. Ping. Ping. That's not what I want. I might just mine it because I'm tired of looking right now. I mean, I'm in its face. It's not telling me shit. Oh, I didn't want that button. It's granite. It's probably trash all the way through. Yeah. It's really weird that there's two rocks that were this close. It's another granite. Laranite would be the best thing in it. Whoops. The HUD on this Prospector is really different from any other ship. Like, it's got the velocity in the mining mode. But I guess that's because you're the pilot also. You don't see any of that shit on the Mole. Cancel? Alright, well, maybe a 9-hour stream's about all I need to do today. Can, hope the Minecraft server's fixed tomorrow and we can give that a go again. I've been quite enjoying that. I think I'm gonna just, log out here. Like, there's no bed in this thing, like, is there? There is. Yeah, I think I'll just... Well, sit wasn't what I had in mind. I think we'll just bedlog right here. And then maybe we can look into raiding someone else. Why are you getting up? Oh, there's 41. I think Chris raided him earlier or something. Somehow ended up with their stream open. Maybe we'll just send the raid over there. They seem to be actively doing some shenanigans. So we're going to raid 41. Hopefully I spelled it right, and I didn't. Let me try that again. Yeah, that's the one I wanted. Alright. Anyway, they're actively doing things. It's probably much more entertaining than me flying around scanning every now and then. I'm going to try to stream again tomorrow when hopefully the Minecraft server is back and operating. But, you know, if it's not, I'm not opposed to just starting over again. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and send out the raid. Thanks for everybody for coming by. Thanks to Zay for following, even though he's not currently here. And we'll catch you next time. Remember, if you're not a follower and you want to follow along with some of the variety streaming I'm doing, make sure to hit that follow button or come back and follow at a time convenient for you. And you have a good one too, Silva.
I was the only one that remained.
Took you both out with me. Me and Luker.
Well, I was closer to you. So kicked me out in the process.
It's so powerful, I took the server down.
I almost want to give this middle one the same these outside ones have.
What do you mean?
The middle pool to just disperse like the other ones.
No, I just linked my mirror to the damn thing.
Damn it.
Quit changing shit.
I'm actually surprised you didn't link it to one of the pools that should always be full.
Well, none of them had augments when I linked the shit, and when I did link the shit, it was the outside pools that were staying full. I didn't know I was going to be playing whack-a-mole with my damn mirror.
Playing a game of whack fuck.
So we got these 3 set up for essences. Those 3 different types of essences. There's still more essences. This is. Oh, good lord. I got disconnected again.
I think that was a crash.
I mean, just socket exception.
You get those when it crashes.
Yeah, that's what I got a minute ago.
I saw you moving. I was like, yeah, that's not a... He's not moving in my view.
I mean, it still shows the servers up. I mean, I'm not showing any exceptions. Just disconnect. No reason for it, just disconnected. Oh, my wife brought that soup earlier. So much mana spreading going on, man.
Chests are filled.
What happened?
The unaltered chests are filled.
Oh. Now both of y'all are showing 1 bar and I'm showing full. Like, what the hell?
For me, you're 3 bar.
Yeah, now I'm 3.
Wow, what's going on?
I told you, man, my spells are too powerful. I broke the server. Yeah, well, let me use the wireless terminal. There it is. It's not even telling me anything about the server not being able to keep up or nothing like that. Can you quit being weird?
No.
It's bad enough I gotta wait like 2 minutes to open the wireless terminal. Making me move to reopen it's really annoying.
I don't know what's going on with the server.
And I'm out. Again. We're not even due for a server restart for like 3 hours. So I'm thinking about it.
Zooming in.
Alright, who is Casper 2? They sent me a friend's request, and they are currently in the server, but I'm not familiar with the name.
I'm gonna stay in my area. My area seems a lot safer right now.
My area was safe until you were like, play with your spells. Now it's broken. It's all your fault.
Hey, I didn't mess with the spells.
Your fault.
That's all you.
Nope, your fault.
Your book? I can't use your book.
Don't make me recover this again and get all your gear again.
I want to get some source blocks done.
Those shells have an EMC value, by the way.
Do they?
Yeah, it's 1,024, I think is what it said. Sorry, it's 1,240.
Yeah. I mean, we got 5 of them.
Yeah. The thing I don't want to do, but I need to do it. Move this molecular assembler setup.
The what?
I need to move the molecular assembler setup. Because you can't expand it right now.
I don't even know where are you at.
Over at the ME network interfaces.
Why do you need to move it?
So we could actually have a bigger one for more patterns and stuff. Plus that it's not sped up. Like you could put acceleration cards in it.
Why can't we expand it?
Because this is a fairly small room for it to be in.
To be fair, there was nothing next to this room when we started this. You built next to it.
Yeah.
That's your fault.
Move it into this big room.
That's your fault.
Yeah. I just have to move all the patterns over there if I'm going to do that.
Sounds like too much work for me.
Tablets?
Do what?
Are you guys like big in the EMC, or are you just starting out in EMC?
Oh, we have it. If we need it, we just throw something down and or make whatever we need. Server's a little bit behind.
No, he does. I don't know anything about EMC at all.
This is gonna be fun because you're gonna learn everything about EMC.
Nope, I refuse. I'm still learning how to tie my shoes, alright? Calm down.
all it requires is a tome of a book. Called you reading everything.
I can't explain to him how channels work.
Fucking got disconnected again.
Not me. I'm nowhere near you. Most likely, it is that Blood Magic Farm that you guys have, which is probably kicking you guys in the area.
He hasn't been kicked at all.
Oh, he has.
Yeah, I just did.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna take a break. See who we got.
If you do, that'll give me time to move the crafting stuff over.
Oh, I see who can watch. Seas Knot's another veteran. I believe he was in the Navy. He's currently playing Forza Horizon 5, so I think we'll rate him.
Well, I'm gonna eat something, so.
Seas Knot. It's like sea, as in like the ocean, and then knots like you would tie in a rope. But it's Seas Knots, kind of like these nuts. But so that's their name. I'm gonna tune into their channel momentarily.
Oh, I see what happened.
Yeah, he's cruising around. So let's give him a little raid and see if we can take 2 or 3 people with us, maybe.
Hey, chat, you remember that the mob spawn issue we had?
Yes.
It's happening again, but not in the mob farm.
In the Blind Magic crime.
No, not even that.
In the little worm farm.
No, there's a hole somewhere, like around us, that has mobs everywhere.
Oh, interesting. All right. Well, real quick,
There's a gold chicken.
Yeah, so I'm gonna leave the recipe for gold nuggets in there since he makes nuggets. And then we can just convert the nuggets directly into bars. And then instead of it needing bars, it can just use those gold nuggets and you don't have to wait for smelting.
Well, if we're going through so many gold, then why don't I make more chickens?
Well, no, there's millions of nuggets. We just didn't have a recipe to turn the nuggets into gold. The system